Hi, my name is Susil Karki, and in this presentation I'll be talking about difference between the system structure in Windows operating system and a Linux operating system, and comparison between two storage solutions in enterprise network, and so on. Similarities and difference of file structure system between Windows operating system and Linux operating system. Both Windows and Linux operating system have a hierarchical file system structure, which means that files and directories are organized in a tree-like structure. However, there are significant differences in the way the two operating system handle the file system. First similarity is both Windows and Linux use the concept of a root directory, which is the top level directory in the file system hierarchy. Both operating systems have directories for storing system files, program files, device drivers, and user data. Both Windows and Linux supports the use of file extension to identify the file type. And there are four different file system structure in Windows and Linux operating system: file naming convention, mount points, permissions, and file systems. In file naming convention, Linux file names are case sensitive, where in Windows files are not case sensitive. In mount points, in Linux all devices are treated as file and are mounted to a directory in the file system hierarchy, whereas in Windows each device is assigned a device letter. In permission, Linux uses a permission system that allows users and groups to have different level of access to file and directories, whereas in Windows use a more specific security system based on users account and file ownership. Finally, file system. In file system, Linux can read write to Windows file system, but Windows cannot read or write to Linux file system without additional software. When it comes to the choosing of a system for a business, there are many factors to consider. Some of those factors include the cost of the system, its functionality, ease of use, and reliability. For a business perspective, the choice between Windows and Linux depends on several factors, including cost, security, compatibility, and support. In cost, Linux is generally cheaper than Windows as it is open source and does not require expensive license fee. For security, Linux is generally considered more secure than Windows as it is less vulnerable to virus and malwares. As of compatibility, Windows is more widely used and compatible with more software applications than Linux, which may be a deciding factor for business that relies on a specific software package. Finally, support. Windows has a large support network and more readily available tech support than Linux, which may be important for businesses with limited IT resources. Ultimately, the choice between Windows and Linux depends on the specific need and priorities of the business users. The next topic that I'm going to talk about is comparison of storage solution in enterprise network. When it comes to storing data in the enterprise network, there are several options available. Two of the most common and popular are network attached storage, that is NAS, and storage area network, SAN. Here are a comparison of those two solutions. Firstly, I'll be talking about network attached storage, NAS. NAS is a file level storage solution that offers a centralized location for storing data and sharing files. The storage is connected to the network, which allows multiple users to access the same file simultaneously. The storage is typically accessed using a standard file protocol using a NFS or SMB. One advantages and disadvantages of NAS includes its easy of use. NSA is easy to set up and manage and can be accessed for any device connected to the network. And the disadvantages is limited performance. NAS is designed for file level storage, which makes it slower than a block level storage solution. SAN, also known as storage area network. Storage area network is a block level storage solution that allows multiple servers to access the same storage device simultaneously. SAN uses a dedicated network to connect the storage device to the server and provides high-speed access to the data. One advantages and disadvantages of SAN includes it has a high performance. SAN is designed for block level storage, which makes it faster than NAS, and the disadvantage is its complexity. SAN is more complex than NAS and requires specialized experts to set up and manage. Both NAS and SAN has their pros and cons, and the best choice depends on the specific needs of the enterprise network. If you need a simple, cost-effective solution for file level storage, NSA is a good choice. Finally, ethical consideration of utilizing storage device in information technology system. As a Christian, there are ethical consideration to be made when utilizing storage device in information technology system, especially when cost consideration are prevalent. Ethics should play a central role in the decision-making process when it comes to utilize storage device in an information technology system. This involves considering not only cost consideration but also the control of resources, protection of sensitive information, and the impact on others and the environment. By making ethical consideration a priority, we can create a more just and sustainable world.